So the topic, ladies and gentlemen, for the third panel, titled Sustainable Initiatives for the Saudi Market, please allow me to introduce Mr. Stefano Buono, the founder and CEO of Newcleo, and Dr. Vivek Koncherry, the founder and CEO of Graphene Innovations, Manchester, to take the stance, as well as Mr. Basil Al-Ghalaini to join them for signing after mentioning a few things about their company. So please.
Please, go ahead.
Well, let me thank for the invitation. I must confess that I've never been in Saudi Arabia, and after this morning, I really want to be there. And one reason for being there would be maybe to launch another challenge for 2030, a big challenge. Try to build the first more sustainable nuclear reactor in the country. Why the most sustainable nuclear reactor? Because there is the possibility today of building nuclear reactors that are very safe, very cheap, but they don't need to extract uranium. They can use the waste of the old industry. So that's the big challenge that my company is actually representing. So let's make, I don't know how you want to proceed, but let's make a step back. I'm a nuclear physicist. I've been working at CERN for many years on this technology, so the possibility of building these very, very safe reactors that are using lead as a coolant. And this technique allows the creation of a different physics inside the reactor that creates much less waste. So we are kind of building nuclear reactors that are free from the waste problem. Just let me give you an example. 1 gigawatt electric of production for 1 year only produce less than a cubic meter of waste. That's amazing if you think about it. And why that? Because we can recycle continuously the nuclear waste and extract the real energy from uranium, which is the energy from the fission. And fission is a very concentrated energy, 1 million times more concentrated than any chemical reaction. And this makes the possibility really to make very concentrated energy. So I built a company only 20 months ago because I waited a long time to be able to deploy this technology, because the world in the past 30 years is really not developing any nuclear. Nuclear has come back because of the need for decarbonization, of course. Now the need of nuclear is very strong in Europe because of the need of energy independence. This has been pushing very much nuclear into Europe. We are a European company. The company is based in UK. I funded the company by raising 400 million, so we became the most funded company in Europe to develop nuclear. This technology has been developed in the past 30 years, especially in Italy and France. So we have two subsidiaries, one in Italy and one in France, with the objective to consolidate the technology into Italy and to build the first reactor and this fuel factory into France. So we are going to invest 3 billion as a company in France. To build the first reactor of this kind. The technology is well known because it was used even by the Russians many years ago in the nuclear submarines. So we discovered this in the 90s, and from the 90s Europe started to work on this technology. The French have invented the fuel, but they never deployed the fuel because they were supposed to be deployed into machines like Super Phoenix, the sodium reactors. They were shut down because of the cost. So we are just merging existing technologies and make it happen. For 2030 in France for the first time, and who knows, we hope to to be able to enter in new countries with this technology, because it has the advantage of not needing any geological repository, not needing any waste into the country. We can bring the fuel from France, we can use the fuel, when we can bring it back to create more fuel. So we recycle the nuclear waste. That's our characteristic. I am during the period where nuclear energy was not possible, I made a company in nuclear medicine. So I'm a nuclear passionate. This company grew, was again using existing technology and transforming these technologies into an industry. That industry became the biggest in the world. I sold the company 4 years ago to Novartis from Nasdaq for billions. And I'm trying to repeat this, this on a more challenging challenge, let's say, in, for nuclear energy. So thank you for...
Well, thank you, Stefano.
Thank you. I'll give a quick background. My name is Dr. Vivek Koncherry. I'm the CEO of Graphene Innovations Manchester. My focus is on end applications you made using graphene. To successfully deliver Vision 2030, Saudi Arabia need new materials and new manufacturing process. Just to give you an example, we developed a concrete that do not need cement or water. Cement is an 8% global CO2 emitter, and we remove cement from construction and no water. And one more thing is Saudi Arabia import a lot of materials for construction. Can we use local materials? And that is where new materials like graphene can play a key role. Graphene is a single layer of graphite. There are many ways to make it. This is one of the ways to make graphene. That single layer of graphite is 200 times stronger than steel. It's one of the best electric conductor. It's one of the best heat conductor. And graphene is not just for construction. It's a cross-cutting material. It can impact automotive, aerospace, construction, people to live in outer space. It has loads of applications. But Saudi Arabia's point of view, one of the key things it is the construction sector, where we can remove water, we can remove cement. It fast cure. It can cure within a day. So an example, NEOM's ambitious vision of the line. It's a long building. Can we reduce the traditional construction time of 28 days for full cure to within a day? That's how we can deliver the big ambitious projects. That is what we bring to the table. Currently, I'm based in Manchester, England. We have a lab there where we develop new materials. One is concrete, then there are other materials. We just signed a $1 billion deal in the UAE, so we know there is huge interest in the region. And one more other thing is, like, we can use recycle end-of-life plastics as well for concrete. So that's another advantage. This is one application. Another one is hydrogen storage tank, more sustainable energy storage. We can use, hydrogen is very hard to store and transport. Graphene provides a barrier that can prevent hydrogen from leaking. Another final application we are currently working on the Middle East is clothing that can actively cool, because the weather is so hot. If people are building very big buildings outside in the hot weather, it can actively cool their jackets. So to create a sustainable future for the planet and the people, advanced materials is the key, and that is what we want to work. In fact, we are here to look for partners who can collaborate and bring this technology to Saudi Arabia. And thanks to Basil and team for making this platform possible, so we can all collaborate to make Vision 2030 a big success.
Well, back to what my dear friend, brother Ali mentioned, that's the role of BMG, trying to bring value-added innovations to the country through the fantastic projects of Stefano and Dr. Vivek. So we are planning to explore how they can enter into the Saudi market through certain joint ventures and to raise money for them, either from the Public Investment Fund or from other quasi-government institutions and the private sector as well, because both represent very interesting and promising opportunities. with that, we will have small signing. And hopefully we'll take them public, Tom, and we'll bring them to London Stock Exchange.
Mason. You can open it.
Oh, sorry.
This is BMG pen.
Yeah. Oh, great. It's going to work.
Trust it.
Trust in BMG. Okay.
Thank you.
And this one is for Dr. Vivek. Okay.
You can see this as well. Yeah.